Okay, welcome back, everyone. First of all, I just want to say thank you for your time. Thank you for your support in any which way, shape, or form that you show it. If you have not seen any of the previous videos in this, what we're doing here is a no sphere grid challenge. It is a blind run. Blind meaning that I'm not using any kind of guide. I'm not using the internet to play this at all. I'm just using my knowledge of the game. There is one caveat to that, and I'm just going to disclose that because it's already taken place, but it should be noted that I have attempted this run once before. That was also a blind run, and I reached the battle where you have to fight Rikku, where you're riding on the shoe puff and the all bed take Yuna down into the water, and Titus and Waka jump down there to save her. That's where I could not get past. This is like a year ago or something. And at that point, I did go online to find out, was there something else I could have done? Because I tried and tried and tried and I just couldn't win. And it was at that point that I learned that there's a weapon that you can buy in Luca from Owaka the 23rd that has a chance to put slow on an enemy. And that enemy that I was fighting is susceptible to slow. And that would be the difference maker in that battle. So when I prepared the original save for this game, I did acquire that weapon in Luca. So we do have a slow touch weapon for Titus that I did not have on my original run. And that would be the extent of my information that I would have gotten as it pertains to a no sphere grid challenge, because I failed the first time. I just wanted to find out, what did I do wrong? So, fair disclosure, I did have that bit of knowledge. That's why we have that weapon. Everything else, though, totally blind. I mean, I played the game before, obviously, so I wouldn't probably attempt this if I'd ever played the game before. That would probably be kind of insane. But so I have a fair amount of knowledge of the game. I'm not an expert or anything like that. I mean, I know some stuff, but, it's not like I have the game memorized by any stretch of the by any stretch of the imagination. I know some stuff. There's some things I've remembered over the times that I played. Mainly, like, what are the good people to steal from, stuff like that. But as far as, like, well, there's one boss that I know drops a weapon that halves your magic. That's at the top of, Gagazet, but that's probably not going to help us much here, because we're not going to have any magic. The only magic that we have is Cure, Isuna, level 1 elementals. That's it. Also, I went out of my way to not learn Cheer during, or is it Cheer or is it Flee? I don't remember. Either way, there's an ability that you would learn during the tutorial that you can avoid teaching Titus. I think it's Cheer. So we don't know Cheer either, which I don't know what the rules are for these kinds of things. I don't know. I'm just doing what I think is the right thing to do, okay? Which is to not teach myself any abilities or gain any, basically spend 0 AP on the sphere grid, okay? Even in the tutorial. So nothing. Titus knows nothing. So that's kind of a ripoff, because he's the only one that doesn't know something. But, to be fair, Rikku knows 2 things, so I think that evens it out, because Rikku is way advanced. Anyway, this is where we're at. We have, what we're doing here is we're stealing petrified, well, we're doing 2 things. One, we're trying to farm a weapon for Waka that has stone touch plus an open slot on it. That's the perfect scenario. The other thing that we're doing here is stealing petrified grenades until we have 60 of them. That means we have 19 left to go. We're almost there. So hopefully we can get that weapon for Waka. I mean, it's not necessary to get Stone Touch plus an open slot. That's just a perfect scenario because those do stack because they are different abilities. But all I really need is a weapon with an open slot. That's all I really need. But I don't want there to be an element attached to the weapon. When I did my last playthrough, I did a Waka as the main playthrough, which was a first for me. But it was also, in many ways, a trial run for this challenge. Obviously, you know, we had people on the sphere grid before, so they're strong and awesome and stuff. But as far as the early game goes, much of what we were doing in that last playthrough is what we're going to be doing in this playthrough. So basically, we went and got Rikku, and now we're coming back here to steal items to make a weapon for Waka. Now, that weapon for Waka is gonna make things a lot more simple for a good chunk of the game, honestly, because Petrify is way overpowered in this game. It kills almost everything in one shot, except for like the late game stuff. I mean, obviously post-game stuff for sure, but even the late storyline has things that are susceptible to Petrify. The restrictions that I'm holding myself to in this playthrough are simply no sphere grid. Nothing else is off the table. But the thing is, I don't have the game memorized, so, you know, even though if I've done something before, I'm not going to for sure remember exactly what all I did before. So this is the ideal formation that we're looking for here, okay? The reason being is we have 2 shots for that weapon that we're trying to get dropped. And also we have 2 dudes to steal from, so we should get 6 Petrify grenades minimum from this battle. Plus, we get 2 rolls at the weapon we want for Waka. So this is our target. This is our target
as you wish.
Formation. Also, we got super lucky. I didn't know that this was a weapon that dropped, but the battle against Sin Spawn, we got a sleep strike weapon for Auron. Now, granted, if I would have been able to pick, I would have chosen Waka
if you say
for that,
so.
because, you know, the accuracy thing. I mean, it's not really a problem right now because we're in pretty low level stuff, but, you know, as we move farther along the line, it's going to be more and more difficult for Auron to hit stuff, so, you know, it's less than ideal for Auron to have been awarded this weapon, but we got this weapon, which is massive, just absolutely massive that we got this weapon. In addition to that, so that's number 2. Oh, wrong guy. Son of a bitch, I'm doing that again. Wrong guy. Alright, so we still need 2 from the one on the right. We've got 2 from the one on the right and 0 from the one on the left. So in a perfect world, what we'll do is we'll hit them with slow, and then we'll hit them with sleep. So slow stuck that time. So that's what we're looking for. Because if they're slowed before you put them to sleep, you get a lot more turns before they come out of their sleep. Alright, so we got 3 from him. So now basically what we're looking to do is just simply whittle away their health until they are almost dead, and then we'll use Waka to land the final blow. And then hope for the best. Alright, that's 1. Still doesn't land. Still doesn't land. Oh, there it did. Alright, it did land. Alright. Can't believe I haven't got my second. What do we got here? Alright, that'll work.
This ends now.
Alright, so here's one of 2. But let's get Rikku back in here, because she's only stolen 1 successful attempt from this guy. We want 2 more successful attempts before we knock him off. Well, we got 1 more, so we just need 1 more successful attempt. So the reason being is your first attempt is 100%, your second attempt is 50-50, your third attempt is 25%. So getting a successful steal on your first, to get a successful steal 3 times, it's not difficult to do.
Take that.
After 3 successful steals, it becomes, I mean, it's pretty tough. It's like 12.5%. That's a tough number. All right, well, here we go. Can we get our Waka Stone Strike with 1 extra slot weapon here? Come on, man. So there's a lot of rolls that have to be in our favor here. I don't know what the maximum slots that they can drop is. If it's 2 or 3, I'm not sure. So The rolls that need to occur are in this particular, and I don't know if it's in this particular order or if I don't know the order if it's a specific order or what. But let's say that this is the first roll. Does the enemy drop a weapon? So if the enemy doesn't drop an enemy drop, does the enemy drop a weapon? Is a yes. Then there's a second roll. The second roll is who gets the weapon. Now the order that I give these might be incorrect. I don't know. But the second roll is who gets the weapon. Now that roll can be a weighted roll. You know what I mean by that is that if an Aeon kills the enemy, then the roll is equal for all characters. There is no weight to that roll. It's just it's an even roll among all characters, okay? But if anyone other than an Aeon, well, I guess I don't really know how it works if it's like a counterattack. If that counts as the person who did the counterattack, I don't know. But for the sake of this explanation, we're just gonna say that whoever the character is that lands the final blow, the killing blow, then the roll to determine who gets the item is weighted in favor of that character. So this becomes really, 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 really obvious in post-game content. After you have one character with a celestial weapon who's doing 100,000 damage per attack. So basically that character's killing everything, right? Well, you start noticing pretty quickly that that character keeps on getting the drops that the enemies will drop. And it kind of sucks because if you've got a celestial weapon, you don't have much need for the drops anymore. So it's kind of a dirty trick, but in the same in one sense it's kind of a dirty trick, but in another sense it's to your advantage because that way you can weight the roll so that, you know, it's in your advantage. So anyway, so that's why we have Waka land the final blow, because that weights the roll in favor of Waka winning that roll. Okay, that's one. So, back to the progression of the rolls. Roll number one. Does the enemy drop a weapon when they die? If the answer to that roll is yes, then there's a second roll. And the second roll is who gets the drop. Once that has been determined, then there's the third roll. Well, not always, but in this case there is, because the enemy can drop either a weapon or an armor. So then what's determined is, okay, so now we know the enemy is going to drop an item. Now we know who's going to get the item. The next roll is the item a weapon or an armor? And then lastly, because this weapon can be more than one slot, it can be, or the item, the item dropped can be at least a 2-slot weapon. It maybe even could be a 3-slot weapon, but I don't know for sure. The reason I know it can be a 2-slot weapon is because I've got one. So basically you have, does the enemy drop a weapon? Who gets the weapon? Or does the enemy drop an item? Who gets the item? Is the item a weapon or an armor? And does the item have one slot or more than one slot? So you got 4 rolls that have to roll consecutively. You don't, I mean, you know, they all have to hit. You have to hit 4 in a row. So it starts to stack up, and when you have to have 4 rolls, consecutive rolls that stack on one another to get your desired outcome, then you start to have low odds. it's just like with the steal command in this game. So your first attempt at stealing is 100%. Second attempt is 50%. Third attempt is 25%. And then fourth attempt would be 12.5. And then fifth would be, I guess, what? 6.25, then 3.15, and then less than 2% for, after that. But it starts to become more and more difficult to get the desirable outcome. The more consecutive rolls are required. So in the situation that we're in, we need 4 consecutive rolls to come up in our favor. Now, I don't know if those rolls are all 50-50. Well, I know that the character roll is not 50-50. The roll, does the enemy drop a weapon? I don't even know if that's 50-50. I don't know if it's a yes or no. Maybe it's weighted. Maybe there's 3 options for no and 1 option for yes. I don't know all that information. I just know that we have to have 4 rolls, consecutive rolls, in our favor for our desired outcome in order to get what we're looking for here. And now what we're looking for, this is in a perfect world, okay? We don't have to get this weapon drop. It's not like we can't advance without it or something like that. It's just the best case scenario, because if we do get this weapon drop, that makes our chances to petrify better, because Stone Strike, although it has a very, very, very high rate of success, is not guaranteed success. But by adding Stone Touch to Stone Strike, it gives us a more weighted advantage in our favor to get our desirable outcome, which is to petrify the monster. So I think I got 2 successful steals so far, so the next one would be number 3, and that's what we're going for. We're going for 3 successful steals. 3 successful steals is reasonably attainable. It's not that bad. I mean, you can get 3 consecutive steals in a row, like 3 consecutive steals. 3 consecutive successful steals is not that hard to do. The odds are not in your favor that it will happen. The odds of getting 1 is 100%, and the odds of getting 2 is 50-50. So your odds of getting 2 in a row are equal. They're right down the middle. So it's not hard to get 2 in a row at all, although sometimes because it is RNG, you do get screwed. Getting the third one, though, the odds taper off in quite a bit of a hurry after that, as far as, statistical probability goes. You're not supposed to get 3 in a row. But, if you have a sample size of 4 attempts on your third steal, based on the odds, you should have at least 1 successful steal on every 4 attempts on your third attempt. So, or for your third item. So, I mean, like I say, it's not that bad. It's not that hard to get 3 successful steals. And so that's what we're going for. Then there's also, the whole rare versus common. That gets a little bit more muddy as far as that goes, because then there's a second roll, right? So is the steal attempt successful? If the answer to that is yes, then the next roll is it common or is it rare? Some monsters only have rare items. Some monsters only have common items. Most monsters have both common and rare. And usually, I don't know. I guess I don't know what the likelihood on all of those are. I want to say that it's a 75-25 ratio, meaning that most of the time, you got 3 out of 4 is going to be your common. But I know that some of them are 90-10, and maybe all of them are 90-10. I guess I don't really know what those ratios are as far as rare and common. Maybe some of them are 99-1. I really don't know that much information about it. But I think we got out of 3 attempts, so now we're going to bring Waka in, and we're going to hope that we get our 4 rolls in a row and that we get our weapon that we're seeking here. With enough of a sample size, you should get your weapon. Like there, we failed our first roll. We didn't even get a drop. So if the first drop is no, then none of the other rolls even take place. And so half the time, you're not even gonna get anything. It's just, there's so many, it's not the most ideal situation. Normally, I don't do this kind of thing. On a normal playthrough, there'll be one boss that I farm a weapon off of, and that will be at the top of Mount Gagazet. And that will be a... Basically, the monster is guaranteed to drop an item, so you don't need to roll. Does the monster drop an item? Yes, he does, every time. So that roll is always yes. The next roll is who gets the item. Well, I always land the killing blow with the character who I want to get the item, so we get the one weighted roll. And that is in our favor. It's a weighted roll in our favor. And then after that, there's one more roll. Is the item a weapon or is the item an armor? And so that's typically the one that's more up for grabs because, you know, that's a 50-50. After we've gotten our weighted roll to land in our favor, then we have a 50-50 roll. Is it a weapon or is it an armor? So it's really not that bad because technically it's 3 rolls, but since the first roll is always yes, it's really only 2 rolls, and since the second roll is weighted in our favor, it's really only one 50-50 roll. I mean, technically it's more than that, but the odds aren't that bad. The odds are, it's pretty easy to land that. You can get it on your first try, and it wouldn't be a shock to get that roll on your first try. This drop that we're going for, it's pretty brutal. And another, I don't know if it's 50-50. Does the enemy drop a weapon? I don't have that shit about this monster. Because all the monsters have, you know, they're not all the same. They have their own unique roles as far as, you know, probability for various outcomes of stuff. But I kind of think that most of them follow a standard. Similar to what this guy does. We have gotten quite a few drops from this guy. Just not exactly what we're looking for. We've gotten really close. Oh, looks like we got slow on the first attempt. Nice. But anyway, every time we fight one of these things, that could be the time when we get the item we're looking for. That's one. Two. Honestly, I thought I would have got it by now. That's 3. We already got 3. This guy's still got 1,000 hit points to go. I figured we would get the weapon with less than half, or with, yeah, but by around the halfway mark, I figured we'd probably get our drop that we were seeking from that weapon. But I'm wrong. We probably have maybe 10 more grenades to go, and we'll have what we're looking for as far as that goes. At that point, man, I'm so torn about what to do. I'm not going to put that ability on. I mean, it's going to go on Waka. I'm not negotiating. That's not negotiable. Waka's going to get the Stone Strike weapon. But right now, Waka doesn't have a weapon to put Stone Strike onto. So, well, maybe this is the time. Waka, Stone Strike, Stone Touch with an extra slot. That's what we're looking for. Oh, dude, I think we got it. Hopefully it has the extra slot. Hopefully it has the extra slot. Yes! Praise the Lord. How lucky is that? That's awesome. I was really worried that we weren't going to get it and we were going to have to move on. This is the best case scenario that we were looking for, is that weapon. That's just fantastic. Alright, now, how many items do we have left? We need 7 more. So, we're pretty much there now. Oh, that's so huge. That's so huge, dude. Because now, because of that weapon, we have that extra, the extra percentage tacked on to our weapon with Stone Strike. So not only does he get Stone Touch factored into the roll, or not only does he have Stone Strike factored into the roll, he has Stone Touch also factored into the roll. So that's like a huge boon. The only thing that could have been better would have been to have a 3rd slot, but I don't even know if a 3rd slot is even possible.
Out of my way!
Yeah, well, so what did I say, 7 more to go? We haven't got any rares off this guy. I don't know if maybe he doesn't even have a rare. Oh, that's so awesome. I did actually get the Stone Touch weapon with a open slot for Lulu, but that's like the most pointless thing. So through all of our attempts, we only got it twice. And the first one we got, the first time we got back here, we got it with Lulu. Like the first attempt, but we weren't even going for it, you know what I mean? Like I just happened to kill the monster with Lulu and that's what it dropped. And as soon as that happened, I was like, oh man. So from that point forward, we were specifically grinding to hope we got the rolls for
I'm here.
Waka to get that same weapon. So it took a while. We did get some drops with Stone Touch on a weapon without the open slot for Stone Strike. And we did also get some Stone Ward gear. And we got some Stone Ward gear with an open slot too. But it's just one of those things where, you know, we were getting pretty close to the end. And, I mean, literally seven more Petrify Grenades until we were going to move on. So it's kind of, you know, it was kind of down to the very last. And then we were going to have to move on, and I didn't know what I was going to do there because I wasn't going to force that ability onto the wrong weapon, you know what I mean? It didn't have to be the TKO, it didn't have to be that weapon, but it did have to be a non-elemental Waka weapon with an open slot, so we were limited in what we could do there. Well, the only thing that would have made that better is if it came with sensor or piercing, but I'm not going to split hairs. We got what we needed for now. We'll make him a better weapon later, but for now, we're good.
So be it.
So we got one already if she missed that one. Two. Still haven't got that third steal yet. Come on, bro. I was really starting to get concerned that, you know, we were going to have to move on from here and not have our Stone Strike weapon yet. And I didn't know when we were going to get a suitable weapon to build our Stone Strike onto, so I was getting kind of worried there. Concerned, worry isn't the right word, but I was starting to become concerned. I'm gonna see if I can't get one for Waka now, or Titus.
Yeah!
5 more to go. So I only got 2 there? What a ripoff. Alright, well, if we get a dual Basilisk battle, that should do it. Oh yeah, that's fantastic. Oh my word, dude, don't do it. Don't even give me a break with this trash, dude. No. Oh. The game tried to wreck us. It gave us its best shot, and the final roll, which was does Petrify hit, missed Titus. Otherwise, we'd be done right now. This is the worst formation Like, even the dual basilisk formation, I mean, even if they get to go first and they go 2 times in a row, they're just probably not going to go 3 times in a row and stone strike or petrify 3 people consecutively. That's just probably not going to happen. But this party, if they get the roll to start first, and that little cocksmoker right there petrifies people, and the other, because the one monster can one-shot people. Like, he one-shots Rikku, boom. Then the next monster petrifies somebody, boom. Then the next monster, you know, he can kill you with fire, he can put you to sleep and then kill you with fire. It's just a dangerous, dangerous situation. Can't you, like, build their stats up, or is that not until later? That must be later on. Like, I thought you could, like, build their stats up with spheres. I guess Dark Attack could be useful. It's probably not going to work against most stuff. Cheer, Power Sphere, we can use that. Why not, right? Aim, why not? What else are we going to use those spheres on? Actually, Ixen would be the perfect fit to teach water, because we're going into the Thunder Plains, and those monsters would be healing him with lightning and be weak to water. So that would be the natural player for that ability. But honestly, not really, because if they're using lightning on him, he's in no fear of being harmed, so he wouldn't really need that extra. Somebody else though. Alright, 5 more Petrify Grenades. There we go, we should get it right now. Nice. Uh-oh. Okay, we gotta... Oh, I did hit. Oh, even better. Okay. I think I already stole one. So that would be 2. You can find out. Yeah, 2.
So, how shall we do this?
So be it.
No! Damn it! Son of a bitch. Yeah, once you get close, the game's like, no, we're not gonna give that to you anymore. Alright, that one doesn't want to give it up. We'll try the other one. One. Two. We need one more, and each of these two has only given up 2. So we're gonna do what we can to try and get 1 steal more from each one of these monsters. It doesn't want to give the last one up. The game, it does that. I swear, once you get close like this, it's like, no, we're not gonna give it to you. There we go. Oh, and then I attacked the wrong guy. Son of a bitch. See, that's the thing, that it doesn't retarget when you take the guy out and put him back in again. It doesn't go back to the first one. So it's kind of frustrating. Because you think you're targeting the one, but you're not. Normally that doesn't matter, but when you have these long battles, unbelievable. So we get 2 of them for Waka. Unreal. Did we really? Oh, dude! You can get a 3 slot, and we got it. We freaking got the 3 slot on the final steel. How awesome is that? That is just beyond awesome. Oh, dude! We can add something else to that now. Oh, man. That's the first 3 slot we got out of the whole batch. Wow. What a blessing is that? Unbelievable. I wonder what the odds are of pulling that one. That's incredible. And then to do it on the last one, the very last steal? Dude! Oh man, that is just outstanding. Alright, so I was thinking maybe I'd put Sensor on there, because Waka's just basically gonna never leave the party for like a long time now. So that way we would always know. But we're not gonna really need Sensor, because Waka's gonna one-shot everything. So, I don't know. And Piercing, kind of the same thing. We put well, we can't put Piercing on a weapon right now anyway, but let's make that weapon, baby. Praise the Lord. What a just unbelievably awesome draw. I didn't even know it was possible to pull a 3 slot off those guys, but I guess it is. Well, not I guess. It is possible. We just got it. So, yeah, buddy. Wow, dude. Stone cold, baby. Hopefully it doesn't look lame. Like, you know what I mean? Some of his weapons don't look that cool. I don't even know what to put on there. We're gonna wait though. We're not putting anything on there right now. Wow. Just wow. 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 That's what I had wanted, but I didn't realize I could actually get it. Oh, dude. That is just so freaking awesome. Actually, probably first strike. I don't remember what puts first strike on a weapon though. But that would probably be the best thing. First strike. That way he goes first. What the hell does give you first strike in this game? It's not something that's like a, oh, return sphere. I think it is a return sphere. I'm like 99% sure. Because I just finished that play of Waka as the main, and I was using all of the endgame spheres, and so I was going through to find out, okay, what can I spend, what can I upgrade, like right at the very end, and I had all these return spheres, and so I could use them because the ability was first strike, and I was like, well, at least I think that's what it was. I could be misremembering, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was. And since Titus had first strike already, I was like, whatever, I don't need that. Yeah, that's awesome. That's so awesome. I just can't say how unbelievably awesome that I got one of them. You know, that I got the first one was unbelievably awesome. That I got the 3 slot one that I didn't even know that you could get. I mean, I had hoped so, but I didn't know. I mean, I didn't know that that was a possible drop. I hadn't seen it, so I had no reason to believe that it was possible, because I don't know how all those things work. The only downside is we don't have Mug on there. I wonder, there's probably no way to add Mug to a weapon, is there? I mean, that would be awesome if there were. I can't imagine. I mean, I don't ever remember seeing Mug as an ability that you could add to a weapon. I'm pretty sure you could only acquire it via the sphere grid. Sadly.
If you say so.
I mean, if there was a way to add Mug to that weapon, that would be like the ultimate, dude. That would be the ultimate. Oh, of course he's immune. I can't believe I got that. RNG is a funny thing. You go and go and go and can't get a drop, you 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 can't get a drop. And then all of a sudden, in a small window of time, not only do you get the one drop, but you also get the insanely awesome drop. Well, this guy here who's immune to Petrify, he's like the one guy that we're gonna run into for a long time. There are very few things in the early game that are immune to Petrify. I mean, there's not much. Once you get past a certain spot in the game, then, you know, then it becomes a little bit more...
Bring it on!
I mean, once you get past the, well, once you reach the Calm Lands, that's when you start to run into some stuff that, you know, regularly is immune to it, you know? Like, you'll run into multiple monsters in succession that are immune to Petrify. But between here and the Calm Lands, there is not much. I mean, there are monsters that are immune to it. I mean, it's not like everything is susceptible to Petrify. And we're just gonna, you know, like, not encounter anything that can't be petrified, because there are some monsters that are immune to it, but man, I'm telling you, there's not much. Actually, it's probably best that we don't put First Strike on that weapon, because we can't steal with that attack. Because we don't have, so we're gonna want to be stealing with Rikku and then killing with Vodka, so that we get one steal attempt. Because you're guaranteed a successful steal on the first attempt. So steal with Rikku, petrify with Waka, rinse and repeat. And Rikku should be going first for us in pretty much every battle, because her agility is substantially higher than everybody else. Give me a second here, I gotta use the restroom real quick. Getting that 3-slot weapon for Waka also fits into my theory about one of my theories about video games, which is once you acquire something for the first time, then getting repeat items or multiple items of the same thing becomes more and more easy, which also fits into the whole entire makeup of the universe, which is that I went over it before, how gravity is a good example of how it works within the universe, but it works within humanity too. But just within the universe, gravity, a body with a large gravitational pull will pull smaller mass items into itself, which then increases its own mass, which in turn then increases its gravitational pull. So the bigger get bigger and the smaller lose what it has. So it's that's an illustration within physics, but it works the same thing with people. And like, say for example, finances. A person who has a lot of money is going to attract more money because it's easier for them to make investments that will then bring them more money in return. And people who have very, very, very small amounts of money, so for example, somebody who is totally broke, he doesn't even live paycheck to paycheck, he lives day to day. He can't afford to go to Costco or to Sam's Club or even to Walmart and buy something in bulk, right? So he has to go to the local gas station and buy something at a huge markup because he needs the product to survive. It's maybe some kind of milk or something for the baby, but he has to pay an extremely large price for that because he has such little money, he can't afford to buy the thing in bulk. He has to buy the little tiny, pint. He can't buy a gallon. He can't afford the gallon. He can afford the pint. He can't afford gas to go to the Walmart or the Costco, so he has to go to the local gas station, which charges more money. So that's another example of how the large mass is pulling in the smaller body of mass. The smaller body of mass is being consumed by the large body of mass. It is throughout the universe and humanity and animal life. If you look at like bodies of water, it is a consistent law that you can back up through the study, through scientific studies. It's just the way of the universe. It works that way. Now in a video game, once you acquired an item, it's easier to acquire that item again. It's the same principle. So we unlock the one item for Waka, and then sure enough, we unlock a better weapon of the same variant for Waka. It's easier once you have accumulated mass to accumulate more mass. Is it fair? No, life isn't fair. It's hard to start off. You'll also notice it like when you're 20 years old and you're broke, it's hard to get going, but after you've built up a little bit of cushion in life, things aren't as difficult because you have more mass. And that mass can be all sorts of different things. It can be skills. It can be financial. It can be the fact that you didn't own a car when you're 20, but later in life you do own a car. So you have access to more travel at your choosing. There's also the luck factor, though. That factors into everything. And it's kind of unexplainable. If you look at like who acquires wealth in the world, luck plays a massive role in it, or at least what people call luck. I don't know how much of it is luck and how much of it is divine. I don't know. Alright, what was I doing here now? Let's get to a save point, baby. You're also going to notice now that that Ochu that was giving us so much trouble earlier, it's a bitch. It's gone now. Oh, wrong button. Damn it. Of course, of course, of course. Of course. Why else would it be? When you're playing a no-sphere grid like this, your margin for error is so small. So normally you press the wrong button, it's not a really big deal. But in this situation, you know, one wrong button push could be the end of your whole battle. So it kind of sucks. But in this particular round, it's not the end of the world. It's, man. I would really like to have auto haste or the spell haste. Oh, the spell haste. But I wouldn't give for the spell haste. Or the ability to put Mug on Waka's weapon. Oh, that would be great. That would be the best. So I'm not used to having to wait for Waka to go until Rikku has stolen first, so that's going to make things a little bit different, but... Well, we have it. We have our weapon. And it should be mostly smooth sailing for quite a while now. Like I say, you know, there is going to be monsters that are not susceptible to petrify, but honestly, of course, one last parting that's fine. I don't got any problem with this. We're not going to run into another monster that'll give us this weapon for a while. And we're going to want to make stone proof at some point. So is that 1 or 2? I don't remember. I think that was 1. Son of a bitch! Now I don't remember where we're at. I think that's 2. It'll be nice to get that first strike weapon. It'll be a little while till we get there, but it'll be really nice. Alright, so we get hit points and defense plus 3. That's solid. Yeah, maybe. Oh, and even Confuse Ward, which is like the best thing he could have right now, because Confuse with his setup could dominate us. So that's actually pretty good to have for him. Stoneproof, or... Well, now that we're moving past that, I think we could probably go with that. And... With no sensor, huh? I don't know, we'll go with that, I guess. Oh, wow. You pulled that off, huh? No, we're not changing that off. That's pretty good. Because with the hit points of our party, Confuse would be devastating. Yeah, we don't want that. And yeah, we'll go with that for sure. We're actually, as far as gear goes, we're in a really favorable spot.
Ow!
Let them come.
End of game. No problem.
So, how shall we do this?
Actually, that's probably the better formation because Lulu will dodge. And let's double check here. Let's see here. For Aaron, actually, because he has the hit points. Actually, that is probably the best because he's slow and he has hit points. So we'll go ahead and we'll put Aaron in. And let's do that. For now, I mean, when Titus gets first strike, we're going to want him in. But honestly, I mean, so we go Steel. And then we go Kill. And then we go Sleep. And then we go Steel. And then we go Kill. And then we go Kill. Yeah, that's much better. And then if the enemies get a chance to go after us, you know, they get to go first and they go on a run and maybe some people get knocked down or something or knocked out. Because Riku's pretty easy to knock down and, you know, honestly, everybody else is... I don't know. Arn has good hit points, so that's the key, you know. And he has that sleep strike, so that could prove to be pretty massive. But we need to not kill without stealing. Oh, see, that's the problem. So now we lose out on our opportunity to steal from that monster, the high pillow potion. Which is unlikely that we would get it. It's a rare, but that is a target item, High Pillow Potion. So that monster that we just killed there, that armored one that we normally have to use a piercing weapon to kill, that's a high priority target because a rare steal from him. I mean, the later versions it's a common steal, but in his case it's a rare steal. And it's a high pellet potion. High pellet potions grant confuse proof to armor, and that's a pretty big deal. But we've already got, you know, Confuse Ward, we've got Berserk Ward. We have, with weapons and armor and gear that we have right now, we are extremely well positioned. In fact, oh yeah, I can't put first strike on Arden's weapon. Well, actually, no, I couldn't. I would need a return sphere. And I'm not going to get a return sphere. Actually, I don't know when the first return sphere is acquired. But it's of no use to me unless Aeons can use it. It's possible Aeons could use return sphere. But unless... So none of those spheres are any good to me except for weapon and armor upgrades or Aeon. So, I mean, I don't have any problem spending a late game sphere for an ability early in the game because I can't use it on the sphere grid anyway.
Enough. No time to waste. Let's go.
And I should go make a poison touch weapon for Titus. Because I can make it with antidotes, and I want to make sure I get that done before I forget. I don't know if he has a weapon that we can do anything with, but... there's all of that. I guess we could throw something on there. Who cares about the steel speed, but... it would be, you know, I guess I don't really care about the still weapons, because, I mean, I don't have a whole lot of use for all those spheres. Yeah, it's too bad that isn't for Titus. That would be nice. Wait a minute, what do we got for items? We got 28,000 gil. So the question is, do I go through and sell any of this stuff? Well, I guess I can sell that, right? So I've got that. See, the thing is, I don't know what I might run into down the road, so I'm not real eager to sell stuff off. Like duplicates, I guess I can sell, especially like if I have an open slot on one, you know. Or like katanas. With no extra slot. I hate to sell an open slot weapon right now. I don't know what I could possibly maybe use it for at some point. Yeah, and even though that's hers, I'll just keep that in the bag right now. And those distillation things, you know, maybe, who knows? The thing is, you know, this is all uncharted territory for me. And the last thing I want to do is, you know, be in a spot where I need a particular piece of equipment and be like, oh yeah, I had one of those, let me go see it. And then sure enough, I sold it because I thought it was garbage. So I kind of want to not have that be a thing that happens. So I'm going to be less likely to just throw stuff away. Five ethers. I got 23 high potions. 17 Phoenix down. We only got 2 sleeping powders, but we have that sleep strike weapon. That is such a big deal. That's just a monster. Just an absolute monster of a weapon. I'm gonna need more of that sleeping powder though, that's for sure. I'm gonna need more silence grenades. I'm gonna need more poison fangs. Oh yeah, shit. I was gonna go back and maybe go get Arin's overdrive. Should I go do that? Do I need it? Will it do me any good? I don't even remember which one it is and what it does. You know, what do I got to lose, right? I got Stone Strike. I should be able to fly through most of everything going back now. Why not, right? Because if I don't get it now, I'll never get it. And the one that he has now isn't very good. So if it's better than the one he has now, then it's probably worth me going and getting it. Because in a playthrough like this, dude, it's like, you know, pretty brutal. It's a long ways back though. It's all the way at the beginning. That's fine, I'll steal items along the way. And I have a good setup here. Steal. Kill. sleep, steal, kill,
Farewell.
sleep. Belladonna wand, that is like, in one game, that is a really good weapon. I think that's for Vanille in Final Fantasy 13. It's like her final weapon. Poison touch. I'm not a real big fan of using elemental or any kind of like status effect stuff with the mages. I just don't like it. And, you know, going back through here again twice does definitely give me the advantage of collecting more remedies. And high potions.
It's all in the wrist.
Whoa, running into this formation here? That's not common. That's kind of a dangerous attacking that mushroom there. Crap, I attacked the wrong guy. It's probably actually not that far, because once you get back to the other side of Mushroom Rock, or actually, can you even go back there? I don't know if I can go back there, now that I think about it.
Farewell.
Honestly, I'm not sure that I
That's how
can.
it's done.
Because where do I go once I get to the... Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
Piece of cake.
I'd like to get something with more hit points for Rikku if I could for her. I mean, everybody's got low hit points, but she's got really low hit points. Even lower than Lulu. But at least Lulu dodges most physical attacks. She's got a pretty reasonable magic defense. Oh, we're lucky to have survived that. I can't believe that she did survive that, actually. Let's do that one. Because maybe he'll attack Aaron. There we go.
I was so scared.
I've been through here how many times and I didn't pick that up?
Enough. Farewell.
Victory is ours! Ow!
Yeah. Yeah.
Ow!
Go! Fight on!
Enough. No time to waste. Let's go.
Nice.
Let's go. Farewell. No time to waste. Let's go.
Yeah. So we do far from our ability to get green powder that way. I noticed that before. I have to be more mindful about the way back again.
Yeah.
And again, the game robs us of a chance to get dream powder. So just imagine if we don't have that sleep weapon.
Yeah.
That means we have 2 dream powders right now. And even if you're going through areas multiple times where you can get them, that mushroom is tough. He's a tough son of a bitch. So you're asking trouble just by attacking them. I'm kind of thinking I won't even be able to go back there. Part of me says, yeah, obviously you'll be able to go back there, but then another part of me says, well, how? Because Mushroom Rock got collapsed or whatever, you know? Silence, not stream powder, I guess silence could be it.
Yeah.
So where the hell, or maybe it is, maybe it's just a rare though.
Yeah.
You can get it, but it's the rare. I can see that.
Let's go.
Because you just go here, right? So you're here, and then how do you go back past this? As far as I know, you can't.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that fire elemental is not susceptible to petrify. But it might be susceptible to sleep? Nope.
Let's end this.
Definitely susceptible to that. So how do we get back to the other side of Mushroom Rock? We might not be able to. You might have to go back there before the fight at Mushroom Rock. But it seems to me like you could go back and get it. What am I misremembering here? Or maybe you have to advance farther than this?
Victory for now.
Can't go there, right? There's no way in there. Only ways down here. But I wouldn't give for a freaking Google charm right now. So you can get a petrify grenade from those guys. It's just the rare.
So, how shall we do this?
I thought you could go back. Uh-oh. Let's bring Aaron in. Because he's got hit points coming out of his ears. Turd sandwich, trying to wreck my game with your petrify.
I'll take care of him.
Yeah, you will. Take care of that electro marble.
It's all in the wrist.
So maybe I have to come back later and they'll have moved that thing out of the way and then I can get through. I don't know, I don't remember.
Yeah.
But it seems like I can't go back right now. Well, it was worth it.
Ow.
You cocksmoker. And the weapon doesn't look very cool. Sadly, it doesn't.
I'm good, yeah?
It doesn't have spikes on it or anything. I was hoping it would look like, you know, it had spikes on it and stuff, but whatever. Yeah, so we can't go through there. There's a... Oh, yeah, wait. Maybe we can. Haha! Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's go.
Here we
Ooh,
go.
bomb cores? Is it too good to be true? Yeah, that's not surprising. Bomb fragment. Bomb core is probably the rare.
Yeah.
But they're susceptible to petrify. And having Stone Touch and Stone Strike against those magic monsters like that is probably gonna prove to be a really big deal. There is some stuff, especially later in the game, that's problematic to get that Petrify to land. And I got the feeling that it's going to magically be a whole lot easier now.
Yeah.
You know, it's so freaking awesome, this Petrify. It doesn't cost any, like, magic points or anything, you know? So it's not like it's gonna run out. It never runs out. It's just awesome.
Enough.
Really? That's an unlikely story right there. Seeing, seeing Aaron hit the one-eyed monster like that. The one-eyed monster dodges at a really high rate.
Yeah.
And Aaron is super slow. Wow. Those guys have musk? That must be their rare.
End of game.
So what do we have here? Up? Where does this take me? Where am I? This must be, somebody's celestial. Must be orange celestial or something. I don't remember. Or maybe Titus, because I never freaking do his. Probably Aaron though. I don't think I've ever done Aaron's. Oh man, we're low on health here. This is not good. This is that group that wiped us out before. let's see here. How do we want to approach this? Let's see here. So, Monster C. Back to you. There we go. The problem is though, that guy attacks everybody. So, let's, oh, she doesn't have, yeah, that's right. She doesn't have no magic. No. We're gonna do this. This is how we're gonna do it.
Yuna here. Please lend us your strength.
Yeah!
Muted steel. Don't tell me that's strike weapon. That would be pretty awesome. Yeah, touch. That's what I thought. That's why I was so blown away that we got that strike, that sleep strike. Oh, what? No. Silence touch. Who cares about that? Well, I mean, we might have use for that later. But, not right. Oh, man. Okay. All right. I see. Sure enough, it's that same formation again. And A and C get to go. So we'll bring you in. Oh, that's right. These guys have a buttload of hit points. So probably I'd be better off just bringing in Arden here. I guess we could do that. Not Arden, but Waka. Waka and Arden. So we'll do that. Bye-bye. And then we'll do that. Take a nap. Then we'll do this.
Riku's back.
We'll do that. And then just because I want to get my formation lined up right again.
Let's.
I'm on a roll. Yeah. Yeah. Ow. Yeah.
All right. Now where are the chocobos? Yeah, that sounds good. Now the question is, when I get back to the high road junction of Highroad and Luca, is there going to be a chocobo waiting for me there, or do I have to walk all the way to Rin's agency to get a chocobo? I guess it's not really a big deal. There shouldn't be anything on this path of any noteworthiness. Especially now that we have Stone Strike. It'd be even better if we could take this chocobo into Luca. I wonder if I get a chocobo, can I take it? Can I ride it through the Djose Highroad? Can I take a chocobo all the way to Guado Salon? That would be awesome. Oh, there is a chocobo here. Oh, that's fantastic. See, that was the whole plan, the Folly of Mayhem. So the idea was to just simply create the narrative that don't even bother trying. It's just, it's folly to even attempt.
Yeah.
You know, we don't care if a whole bunch of people die. They're helping us in our cause, you know. But it's just, you see that kind of mentality in the political world in the United States. Well, probably more than just the United States, but specifically in the United States. Today, one would hope that the United States would be immune from that kind of evil, but no, it's not. See, if there is a problem with, and you know, finding a problem with the United States Constitution is like finding a problem with, it's like picking on the thing that's the best, right? It's like finding a problem with Tom Brady. It's like, you know what the problem with Tom Brady is? Oh yeah, well, what's that problem? What's the problem with Tom Brady, you know? I mean, you can find problems with anything if you want to. But the problem that I would say is that it relies on good men to not destroy the country. And what we're seeing today is that evil and wicked people are fine with destroying the greatness of America, so long as the right people benefit from its destruction. And the founders could never have conceived of such evil that, you know, people would be so selfish that they wouldn't care how, you know, how many people had to die in order that, you know, they could benefit. You know, it's like the guy that's like, well, here's your option. Option one is we'll give you $10. Option two is the guy next to you wins the Powerball jackpot, but you don't win anything. And then the guy's like, well, I'll take the $10. Like, that's the kind of mentality that we're talking about here. Because $10 is nothing, but he's so selfish that he doesn't care what it costs someone else for the slightest possible gain. Like, I can't even fathom a situation where, I mean, there is no justifiable situation to take the $10 when you know that taking the $10 for yourself is going to cost the man next to you the Powerball jackpot. That's just inconceivable. But look at the political structure of the United States today, and that's what's going on. And it's been going on, well, it started mostly in 2008, but it had been going on since the 70s and probably since the 60s, but it started in earnest in the 1970s. And there was a bit of a relief of that during the 80s, where things started turning around a little bit. And then it went right back, you know. It's basically as soon as the people who had their finger in the dike pulled their finger out of the dike, then the water started flooding in again. And it's been flooding since the late 80s. It's been flooding in again, and it hasn't stopped. Well, there was a window of time right around 2019 where things were turning around again, just like they did in the 1980s. But then COVID magically appeared, which just seems like such a fortuitous coincidence for those who would wish to destroy America, that it's hard for me to believe that it wasn't allowed to happen, if not done outright on purpose. It's just too much of a coincidence, man. It's like, I don't know. It just seems like a pretty awfully big coincidence that, I mean, if you look at the people that COVID hurt, it's the elderly, it's the sickly, it's the obese. That's who COVID targeted, right? It was built in a freaking research facility in a communist nation. A communist nation who basically, if you can't contribute to the wealth of the nation, then, you know, you're better off dead. So why not? Why, of all the nations in the world, why would a communist nation not create a bug to call the herd? Right? Kill the weak, kill the sick, kill the old, kill the fat, kill all the people who are less productive members of society, while almost everyone else survives. I mean, doesn't that seem a little bit too good to be true from the perspective of communist regime? Oh, and by the way, it completely and totally turns Western civilization upside down. Oh, and by the way, the revival of traditional values that had been sweeping along over the West, whether it be Canada, United States, Great Britain, if you take a Brexit into account, all these things, you know, were terribly devastating to the people who would like to see the world under one flag, you know what I mean? I don't know, it just seems like such a what a coincidence. And I don't believe in coincidences, you know what I'm saying? I just don't believe in coincidences. And I guess I would rather be viewed as someone who is someone to be able to fall prey to a conspiracy theory than someone to be viewed as someone to fall prey to gullibility. But honestly, I kind of fall somewhere in the middle. But I would lean more on conspiracy theory than gullibility. I don't know, just too many coincidences, man. Look at the guy who's in the Oval Office right now. I don't think he even knows his name half the time. How does that guy hold the most powerful office in the world. How does that happen? Somebody explain that to me. Even the people who put him in power or voted for him don't think highly of him. He's got like a 30% approval rating, and that includes his own people. And if he has a low approval rating, then that means the people who are in charge of telling him what to do and what to say are at that same approval rating. Because a man can't think for himself. When he does speak, he's just reading off of a screen. He has no independent thought in his mind. Now, he hasn't always been that way. I'm not saying he's the sharpest crayon in the drawer, but he at least was coherent, knew who he was, where he was, and was able to lie really well for a long time. And he was in Washington for 40-some years. You don't last in Washington that long if you're not good at lying. Let's say that. So I don't know. There's just too many coincidences. Too many coincidences. And all of them happen to benefit the same group of people. Just another coincidence, right? Isn't that strange to anybody? Am I the only one who thinks that's odd? I would be saying the same thing if the opposite group of people were the ones who benefited from all of this. That it would just be too big of a coincidence for me to believe that it was just all just happened randomly. There was no design there. So do I have to, if I just sit here, do I arrive there or do I have to talk to somebody? I really like this song. This is a nice song. So, what do I do to advance this? There you go. Okay, so nothing here worth my time. So how do I then get to Besaid? Oh, I suppose I probably just go back to the ship and choose my destination. Hopefully. There we go. Good idea. Alright. I am kind of tempted to go into those Kilka Woods and find out if Poison Fang is a common drop or not. Or common steel, because if it is, it's probably worth my time to go there. Although, I'm not really sure. I'm kind of on the fence about that. Because if I can just make a poison touch weapon for Titus, because that was the question, you know, for that zoo bird. I wasn't sure how I was going to get past that. That looked like a really dangerous spot there, but I figured if I had poison and slow, that probably would get me past. What, is there anything else I can miss out on? Alright, all the way back at Besaid Island. That didn't take that long. I guess when you don't have to watch, you know, hours upon hours upon hours of cutscenes, you can actually traverse the world fairly quickly. Not that I have any real beef with the story or with the cutscenes. The story in this game is arguably the best of the franchise. It's a really good story. Phoenix down, well that's cool.
Farewell.
See, the other thing is, I don't know, like,
That's how it's done.
you know, if I'm just getting common seals, I never get a rare. I don't know if there's anything valuable from these monsters here, you know what I'm saying? I just don't know. I don't know how the hell I started saying know what I'm saying. Every time I hear somebody say know what I'm saying, know what I'm saying, I think they're half retarded. So I need to stop saying that. I got nothing against disabled people, let me just say that right now, okay? They're some of the most kind, happiest people I've ever known. Like mentally challenged, mentally disabled people. So don't take offense to that word that I use. Some people really get salty about that. But, I don't know. I do sometimes use words that sometimes people get salty about, but I mean, I don't use the same language that Dave Chappelle uses. He uses a lot more, like, blue words than I typically do, but I do kind of hold a similar philosophy to him in the sense that it's better for everybody to say whatever words they choose than for some entity out there
Piece of cake.
to decide what words are okay to use and what words are not okay to use. Because once you start dictating what kind of speech is acceptable and what kind of speech isn't acceptable, then, you know, that's how totalitarianism works, and, you know, that's not good for anybody. So it's better for everybody to be able to say what they want, regardless of if you agree with them or not, than for people's right of free speech to be eroded because, you know, some salty bitch was offended by what you said. You know, be a salty bitch. That's fine. That's your prerogative, but being a salty bitch doesn't give you the right to tell me I can't call you a salty bitch. That's just the way it is. And the First Amendment gives me a right to call you a salty bitch, or a half a retard, or a half a fag, if I want to. And maybe those aren't not nice things to say, but it's better that people have the right to say things, however unkind they may be, than for some group of people to dictate what's okay to say and what's not okay to say. Where the hell is this thing at? There should be like a eject sphere around here somewhere. Now, I'm not one who usually will attack someone verbally. That's not really, like, as far as, like, you know, calling them a dirty name or something, that's not typically something I'm gonna do. And if I am doing it, it's to make a point, like I just did there. Don't be a salty bitch. Where the hell is this eject sphere at? It should be here. somewhere. I thought it was back by the temple around here somewhere. Am I just misremembering? I swear I picked it up back there one time. Oh, this is no good. I made it all the way back here and now there's not this thing. I can't find it now. There was one guy that got really, really mad at me for saying half a fag once. I don't know. I think I called David Bowie a half a fag. And he got pissed off about it. And I'm like, I don't know, man. I think he kind of was. Where the hell is this Jack sphere at? I mean, I like some of his music, David Bowie, but he was definitely half of something. They'd probably call him trans these days. Is androgynous not a word? Is that, I don't know, I haven't heard anybody use the word androgynous for a long time. Okay, where the hell is this eject sphere? I don't know. I don't try to piss people off, you know? Like, I'm a pretty laid-back dude, and I don't try to say things, you know, out of a mean spirit. But when people try to tell me, hey, you can't say that word, I mean, it's just in my personality to then say that word and then say it 10 times more and say it in even more, you know, I'll find more vulgar ways to use the word I was told not to say. Because what gives you the right, man? You don't have the right to tell me what to say. Go to hell. So typically, if someone doesn't start telling me what I can't say, you're not going to hear me say anything too controversial. Usually. I mean, it just depends on who I'm talking to and the way the conversation is kind of moving, but... In my experience, if you're having an argument with someone along like political or religious or I don't know, like this wasn't ever even a thing until like recently, but like these like sexual deviants and shit like that, like they all want to be treated like they're I don't know what the right word even is. I guess they don't want to be viewed as sexual deviants. They want to be viewed as like normal, and that's not normal. So they're never going to be viewed as normal. I mean, they're trying to make it so like they're targeting like little kids and shit, dude. Like, what the hell's wrong with these people? That's just sick, dude. Like, I didn't even understand what like sexuality was until I was probably, I don't know, 13, somewhere around there, I suppose. I mean, I would have heard somebody use the F word, or I would have heard somebody call, you know, I remember once my parents were, I don't know who knows where they were, but we had a babysitter, and I was asking her what all these bad words were. And she told me what everything was until I asked her what fuck was. And then she's like, you should probably ask your parents about that. Because I didn't know what it meant, you know? It was just a bad word I wasn't allowed to use. Where the hell is this? But I was probably younger than 13 at that point. I don't remember how old I was. I was still upstairs. My bedroom was still upstairs at that time. And I don't remember when I moved downstairs, but probably sometime right around the time I started junior high is when I probably moved downstairs. So... yeah, that sounds about right. Somewhere like probably around like 7th grade, probably somewhere around there. I mean, you would have been told the basics of it, you know, but it didn't sink in. I didn't really grasp the gravity of, you know, exactly, you know, it was just words to me, you know. There was no tangible understanding of what was trying to be relayed to me. And so when I see things where you have people saying it's controversial to tell school districts that they're not allowed to talk about sexuality with kindergartners and shit. It's like, holy shit, dude, kindergartners? What the hell? Whose idea was this to talk about kindergartners about sexuality in the first place? Who is the pervert who's trying to talk? I mean, dude, it is beyond the pale, man. That is some sick, twisted shit. That's pedophile shit, dude. What the hell are you doing talking to little tiny kids about that kind of stuff, dude? There's no way that our little tiny mind can grasp what they're trying to explain to them. Freaking way, dude. Not even the most advanced, genius kid out there in kindergarten is gonna understand what the hell you're trying to talk about. And honestly, that's the kind of stuff you probably should even talk about that stuff at least in public school. I mean, I guess private school, whatever you want to do, right? But in public school, this isn't something that should even be discussed, I would say, until junior high at the absolute soonest. I mean, you don't want to give kids ideas, right? You know how kids are. You don't want to give them ideas, you know. Who knows what they might run with. So where the hell is this sphere at? I've gotten it before. I thought it was over by the temple, like up by the building up there. I don't know why I'm not seeing it. It should be there. Or am I like a total moron and it's not here until like I fight Spheromorph or something? That would be really, really stupid. I mean, if it's not here, you shouldn't be allowed to come back here until it's going to be here. But I'm not seeing it anywhere. I don't know. Stuff with kids, man, like that kind of stuff, like kids are innocent. And, you know, you don't want to steal that innocence from them, dude. That's one of the worst sins a person can commit is stealing the innocence of a child. Dude, that's really, 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 really bad. Alright, so in my mind, I'm thinking that Jex's sphere should be like back here. Maybe I'm just not seeing it. Maybe I just need to get closer to the TV and like look over here and see. I feel like I should see it lying on the ground over here. What the hell? I mean, I came all the way back here. I don't wanna leave. I don't know, man. Something's not right here. I feel like it should be like right here somewhere, you know? Like I should see here. And if I came back here too soon, because I'm not going to want to make this trek back here again later. The only reason I know that it's supposed to be here is because I've gotten it before on a different playthrough. So I know it's here. But I don't know specifically where. Like my mind wants to say it's like supposed to be like right here somewhere. Like where those kids were, maybe even. This hub. Well, I don't know, man. I guess maybe it just wasn't meant to be. I mean, it's not like one of these guys is going to tell me where it's at, right? Well, I gotta get up in the morning, and I'm not really tired right now, but it's not like in the temple or something, is it? Well, maybe I came back too early. Like, maybe you have to beat Spheramore first. That would kind of suck, because I came all the way back here. So the thing is, I don't remember where the trigger is, where the Dark Aeons. Actually, probably when you leave home. Because that's the first time you ride in the airship, but you don't have access to go anywhere in the airship, but you are in the airship. So it's either when you leave home or after you beat Xanarkand, the Xanarkand ruins, maybe. So either way, I would say Probably, if I was gonna guess, probably when you leave home. That's probably when you... Because you can't go back home until you have access to the airship. Even though you can't... It would be really nice if I could just warp out of here now. Kinda sucks. I looked everywhere, I can't find it, so... Possible? It's very possible that you have to beat Spheromorph first. That's probably what it is for it. Thinking... I don't know why I was thinking this, but I was thinking that once you beat Mushroom Rock, that was the trigger. Or maybe getting to Guado Salam was the trigger, I don't know. But obviously, that's not right, because I can't find the thing anywhere. Now the question is, do I want to come all the way back here again? I guess it's not that bad, honestly. It's not that far, because we do have Stone Strike. And ooh, Dragon Scale? Okay. That is kind of a big deal. Now, let's find out, is that the rare or is that the common? It wouldn't probably... Okay, so Fish Scale is probably the common. It probably wouldn't make... I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if they put something like that on this island, because you can't steal from stuff here unless you come back after getting Rikku at the soonest. I mean, if I could just go talk to the save sphere and then warp out of here, then I guess I wouldn't care very much. It's kind of frustrating that the game is built that way, you know?
Woohoo!
So, I'm pretty sure... Yeah, Dragon Scale. It's 2 Dragon Scales to teach Watera. And I don't remember the next place I'll be able to get a Dragon Scale. That's a pretty, it's not the most common of items.
This is gonna be easy.
Yeah, okay, so it's a rare from this guy. I don't know why they couldn't have just made it a common, because you gotta come all the way back here from a million miles away anyway to get it, so why not reward you by making it more accessible or easier to get if you come back here. But hey, fish scale, man, like... Actually, you can probably get these in Macalania Woods, honestly. Those, well, you get water gems. Maybe you don't, I don't know. What do we got here? 11. We got 5 fish scales. 3 dragon scales. We have 21 Antarctic wind and no Arctic wind, which is strange to me. Two sleeping powder, 2 silence grenade. Hey, where did we get a silver hourglass from? We must have got that from one of those dragons on the Djose Highroad, and I must have just missed it, and not noticed it. Hey, we're only 4 petrify grenades and being able to put stone proof on a piece of gear. The only problem with that, we got 14 level 1 keys. Holy cow, dude. What is that useful for? Not a weapon. I don't see it on an armor either. Do Aeons use them? Maybe to level up, but we can't do that yet. We can just do... We can just teach them abilities. We can't actually level up their stats yet. Yeah. Well, I think I'm gonna call it a night. Thank you for your time, and I appreciate all which way, shape, or form that you submit. And I will continuing this or at least later in the week. Anyway, thank you for your time. Have a good day, and we'll be here in the near future.